All right, so let's start with the first question.
Sounds good. So, why do you think obedience is so central to the purpose of our creation as the passage lays out?
Because God chose us to lead us to heaven, and the key to our entrance into the kingdom of heaven is our wholehearted obedience to His word.
Absolutely. That idea really reinforces how obedience is seen as the pathway to aligning ourselves with God's will and ultimately entering his kingdom. It's definitely a central theme in a lot of biblical teachings.
Right, that's right. So, uh, we should not only should we avoid sin, but also we must strive for wholehearted obedience to His word.
Exactly. It's like the difference between just avoiding what's wrong and actively pursuing what's right. It's a higher calling for sure.
Right. So, do you have any other question on the passage about the passage?
I do. One thing that stood out was the idea of suffering as a means of teaching us obedience. How do you see that connection playing out in our lives today?
I think suffering plays an important role in allowing us to reflect, making us reflect what we lack in terms of obedience. Because without afflictions, if we just live in prosperity and peace allowed by God, we uh, we do not we do not see the need to reflect upon ourselves and to see if our lives are really aligned with God's will and command. So even suffering from Christian perspective is for our own good, because through suffering we must uh, look after ourselves and go through what we have been doing, and if we have found what we have failed to do, and that's a great blessing because it is a great opportunity given by God to return to Him.
That's a really insightful way to cut it. It's like suffering acts as a mirror, helping us see where we might be falling short and giving us that opportunity to grow closer to God. It's definitely puts a different perspective on the challenges we face.
Right. So, many verses in the Bible state that we must not be frustrated even while we are enduring suffering, because those trials, difficulties, challenges, and hardships we face are meant to uh, redirect us to the path of obedience. And even when we are living in obedience, these trials may come to us so that uh, so that they could be used to refine our faith, and we may grow in our faith and obedience.
Absolutely. And that refining process really does help us grow stronger in our faith and in our relationship with God. It's a beautiful perspective seeing those challenges as part of our spiritual journey rather than just obstacles.
Right. So okay, so let's have other topic about the passage. We talked about in the passage. It says that uh, it says that wholehearted obedience is a key to entering the kingdom of heaven, right? And also, it emphasizes that the purpose for which we are created is to live in obedience to His word. So, do you have any objection or challenging opinions regarding this statement?
That's a great question. I think for some people, the emphasis on obedience might feel a little bit challenging because they might see it as being in tension with the idea of grace, for example. But I think it's a really interesting topic to explore further.
You mean salvation by grace? Yeah. Uh, I think we have talked about this multiple times, but I made it clear that salvation from sin is a gift of God. We did not earn it, and it is not something we can attain through our own efforts. So salvation the redemption is graciously granted to us without paying any price. So that's a gift of God. But when it comes to the salvation of the soul, and that's something we must strive to attain. And that's the kind of salvation Paul was urging us to work out in Philippians chapter 2 verse 12. And this salvation, the salvation of the soul, refers to entry into heaven. And that's something we should strive for by living in wholehearted obedience to His word.
That definitely makes sense. And I love how you're drawing that distinction between the free gift of salvation and the ongoing journey of living out our faith. It's definitely a thought provoking perspective and gives us a lot to reflect on.